face. I'm sorry you missed it. I totally just in my talk about a way to start is like giggling. At least it's always starting giggling. I can't be mad at that. So hello everyone. My name is Abbie. I run AV Tarot Reading, and today is September 2nd. Happy September. Happy day after the full moon. Happy all of it. So today is September 2nd, and the game plan for tonight is, as always, I get to spend my hour with you reading tarot cards, reading divinations, pulling situations, understanding the inner workings of your mind for the next hour. So what we do every week is that we come to this table. We come to this table and we pull on as many questions. We answer as many questions as we can regarding work, romance, family, whatever you're interested in. It can be as spiritual as you want to make it, or it can be as like esoteric or mundane or practical. Those are some other ways that you can get questions in. So if you have a question that you'd like me, my weirdo self, to read on, please throw that question into the comments section, and it will go into a queue where Melissa will sort, sift, and then select questions based on variety. So she's not doing a first come, first serve. There's not a particular order. Most people will accidentally get skipped, and it's not really that we're trying to avoid you. It's more of we've already read this, or we've read a couple of those in a row, just to kind of preface that up. So your attendance today, I appreciate you. I love you for being here, and thank you so much for coming to hang out with us. So I wanted to make sure that I touch on, to be considered. We rewrote that. Throw your one specific question into the comments. Specifics matter for me. So get deliberate, I said specific, but how many times can we repeat that? Like, get pinpoint down to time frames, timelines. If you're looking to understand when something's going to happen, when is it going to happen in such and such months, such and such weeks? Details matter, specifics matter. So for me, I'm doing 6-card readings. These are going to be pulling on my intuition, on our spirit guides, on our spirit team to provide any information that we need, that we see fit. You love my accent? And I'm going to turn down this light because, oh my goodness, I'm reflective. There we go. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'll go back up one. That's better. Do you feel like I can be seen? Please tell me if you prefer this lighting style or if you liked the spotlight version of me. And can you hear me? Please let me know that you can hear me, that you can hear me clearly, that my visual is clear as well. I do believe we have the audio issue resolved, and we had a video concern a couple times back, and I think we're golden. So I think I'm golden. Please let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me, and how does the appearance look. I realize, I know I made a 1080p promise, and then I found out that it's only for gamers. Damn it. So one of these days, we will have 1080p. But until then, y'all just get to see me in this mode. So let me make sure I've met all of my requirements. I think I have. The few questions I'm not going to be touching on is anything in relation to COVID. If you have it or somebody else has it, or what's going to happen if they get it, we're going to leave that for the doctors. I'm also not going to read on your time of death. We're not going to go there. I'm not going to dig into lottery questions in this session. Sometimes it's fun, but dude, if I could do the lottery, I'd be pulling for myself. I was just going to let you know. This family would be in a whole different bracket. And then like the last one that I tend to back out of is questions that are like, what's my ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend do? Like, we don't need to do that. So I'm going to grab my cards. I want to make sure I have all my oils in my land. I just realized I flipped up my life upside down. That's fun. Well, our cards are the way they are today. So I'm going to hop into comments real quick because I want to see who's here. Oh my goodness, because I see, 46 comments of you. And I see 14 people are hanging out in here. I can get more hearts than 3. Can you go ahead and just click on the hearts or the thumbs? And will you share this video with either someone that you think might get something out of this, or maybe to a group that you think could benefit from hearing something of my face, of my voice? So please go ahead and thumbs up, and then tag a friend, man. Tell your bestie that they need to come join you here, because of course they need you to be here. Hello. Anywho, we do this with a lot of funnies, with a lot of humor. We like to have fun. And so, yeah, be prepared for a few dumb jokes. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. So let me scroll up. I want to see who's hanging out with me today. Lena, hi. Hi, sweet pea. Oh my goodness. You already got your question in. Rose, homie, how are you? Angela, I hope you got my email. I sent it back. Kiana, hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, you my regular ladies. I love them. I want to give them like a group hug, but my arms are only so big. They're only so big. Randy, hello. Jasper, hello. Sarah. Why did I do that to your name? I'm sorry. That just sounded like I'm a 2-year-old and I can't say your name right. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Sherry, hi. Kiana again. Sky, Kendra. Oh, you sweet. Ah, my godmother is here. Hi, Susan. Susan Dominguez. That's my godmother. So y'all have to say hello to her. Like special attention to my godmother. That's just what happens. Sky again. Shonda, hi, it's been forever. Actually, she said it's been forever. I'm so glad that you're hanging out with me tonight. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Perfect. You all are so sweet. Let me hop out of the comments. Otherwise, I'm never going to get started. And now I'm from Brooklyn. I have a New York Bronx accent, something. Anyway, we're going to stop all that nonsense before my wife throws something over in this direction. I realized, oh, I do have oils. Yay. I have one. I thought I didn't bring mine in. I know I have this tree house where all of my tarot land stuff is happening nowadays, but we do the lives from inside the house because we have better signal, better reception. P.S. We're getting hardwired. It is happening. As soon as COVID figures it out, we're going to get hardwired and get this worked out. But for the time being, we go where the signal is, and it's inside the house. So all my oils are inside or in my tree house. All my stones are in the tree house, and like my daily live videos go from inside the tree house. So yeah, that's why you get to see all these new different little areas. So yeah, let me go ahead and get all shuffled in. So what you'll probably be seeing me doing today as we're doing the readings, I am going to read your question. In the reading of your question, I am already getting information. I will probably be giving a little bit of insight as we're reading while I'm shuffling the cards. I've been noticing recently, I've been getting stuff while I'm shuffling the cards. So we'll just go with it. We'll just see what shows up for us. I will also pull the 6 cards like I promised, so that will happen regardless. And then we'll give a reading based on all of that. So it's going to be a great big old shake and bake kind of situation. Shake and bake. You remember that from a million years ago? I wonder. They probably shouldn't. You know that stuff is going to cause you cancer. Like, that's just what happened. That and, like, hamburger helper and, anyway. Let's see. So I'm telling my cards, I don't want to read reversals today. I'm not going to read reversals with this set of cards, just to let them know. So Lena, you wanted to know if I should go back to my child's father. Let's see what shows up for you, honey. First thing I'm getting, first thing I'm feeling is that he's an ex for a reason. So I want you to just, not to say no, but just to remember that reason. Because sometimes when we've hopped out of those relationships, we kind of forget a little bit why we got out to begin with. So just making sure that you remember why you left to begin with, or why the thing's situated to begin with. And let's see what moves on forward from there. All right. Is it in your best interest to get back with this person? Is it in your best interest to get back with this person? All right. Let's see what shows up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sweet. Okay, hon. Let me show you the cards that I got, sweet pea. So the first bit that I have is an Ace of Swords. I also have the 5 of Swords along with the 4 of Swords. First thing I'm going to say is that's a lot of swords. Just going to throw that one out there. I do also have the Knight of Swords with the 4 of Wands and then the 3 of Pentacles. So my first thought, hun, is that this is a lot of effort and a lot of work to either let's split this up. So first off, you've been thinking about this a lot. Like this is that thing that's been kind of mulling around in your mind for a little while. And with that Ace of Swords, it's like things have kind of calmed down to a degree where you feel like maybe this can be recultivated or maybe this can be rewarmed back up. There's lots of thoughts. With the 5 of Swords and what was it, the 4 of Swords, however, it's like that's the part that leaves me a little like, maybe we should leave the, let resting dogs lie, if that makes sense. Because it's like this person doesn't feel like they've shifted. I believe that like just the trial that you've gone through has pushed your evolution a little bit, but I don't feel like your person has really leveled up. in a way that can maintain a relationship the way that you want it for your child's development. So while it'd be fun, and Lord knows you probably have really good chemistry with this person, you weren't with them for no reason. You did create a baby, I'm just saying. But with the Knight of Swords also being kind of flying into situations without thinking very clearly, I am inclined to think that this is going to take a lot more work to make it work than we really need to. Like, I am a firm believer in doing the effort that needs to happen to make relationships progress the way they need to, but it shouldn't be that kind of work where you're the only one doing the whole one-sided work, if that makes sense. So is it in your best interest? Dude, it'd be a struggle. I mean, that's kind of one of those on you things. If you like the work, if some people like a challenge, some people like a challenge. If you like the challenge, honey, then do you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But if it's in the best interest, is it the path of least resistance? That one feels like an uphill battle, hun bunch. Belina, no, my dearest. Lou, what is the purpose of Pete in your life? Is it best to pursue romance or stay friends with them? Ooh, I like this. Let's see. Let's do the, is it best to pursue romance or stay friends? Because I feel like looking into the purpose of them, like what mission they are here to help you with, that's a deeper read. That takes some like conversation and back and forth engagement. So let's just do the, shall we pursue romance or stay friends? So I'm gonna split my 6 cards into 3s. So we're gonna have one that is pursue romance, and we're gonna have the other one stay friends. We're gonna see what it looks like if you pursue romance and if you stay friends. So let's just see what shows up for us, and then we'll make a best judgment from there. Okay. Oops. Flipping over. Best to pursue romance. What would it look like if they pursued romance? 3 cards for that. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Should we stay friends? Shall they stay friends? Should they stay friends? What would happen if they stayed friends? There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hon. First thing I got for you, I got the 8 of Cups, along with the 5, 6, 7 of Wands, along with the King of Pentacles. So if you pursue this romantically, my thought is that you will get your fun out of it. You will probably have a grand old time for like a short amount of time. Once the prospect of like commitment or what is it like when you have to settle monogamy, that was the feeling I was getting. Once the prospect of like, no, I get to stick with this one person sets in, I feel like there might be some conflicting ideals. We'll just leave it at that. There'll be some conflicting ideals. The other cards that I have for staying friends, I have the 4 of Pentacles along with the Page of Cups and then the Ace of Cups. So I'm inclined, based on like what I'm seeing with all the cups on this side for the staying friends portion, I think this person very well may be a better friend to you than they would be a romantic partner. And it may be just their lot in life, or maybe how the oil and the water are combining at the time. But as of right now, it seems like staying friends may be in everybody's best interest, because getting romantic looks like it's not going to be a whole big long one with the 8 of Cups walking away from it. But yeah, I wonder what's going to happen for you two long term. But thank you so much for your question, Sweet Pea. I appreciate you. Kendra, ooh, will Jamie get his divorce papers in the mail? Ooh, see, that kind of question, I want details. Who's divorced? Who's Jamie? What's going on here? Let me know. Well, you don't have to let me know. We're going to do just the yes or no. But yeah, let's just see if they're going to get the divorce papers in the mail. Because the other questions is like, are they going to sign it? Are they going to sign it quickly? Is it going to be, an easy process? Whose process is it that we're looking into? Now I'm curious. Look, you got me all invested into your situation, and I don't even know what it is. All right, is Jamie going to get the divorce papers in the mail? I think my question came up regarding like, as opposed to like having them served, or like, is there another way to get them? Of course, there's other ways to get them there. But if in the mail is the way it's going to happen. So yes or no. So let me flip over half my set. We're going to do a yes or no question. If you've never seen me do a yes or no question before, the way that I do it is I take half of my deck and I flip it over. I've already flipped this side. And I flip it over. I then shuffle all the cards with the half deck kind of thrown through. And what I'm starting to do is kind of I'm aiming for a yes or no based on the number of upright cards versus the number of reversed cards. The more reversed cards I have, the more of a no or a negative of the question. The more positive or upright cards I have, the more positive or in the affirmative the answer is. So I'm shuffling my heart's content. I hope you're shuffling with me. If you have your own cards. Oh, that would be cool. If I had other readers kind of doing like their little reads on the side, you can have like a consensus tarot reading. That would be interesting. I might have to like, I know, like brainstorm that one. Like, all right, webinar. This is what we're doing. All right, Sweet Pea. So is it going to get this in the mail? 1, 2, 3. Oh, jeez. Okay, hon. First card. 10 of Swords, upright. 9 of Swords, upright. Last card, 6. Yeah, 6 of Swords, reversed. So is he going to be getting it in the mail? Yeah. And I'm wondering, does this person know? Because this almost has that feeling of all hell broke loose kind of thing. It's not a tower, but it's like the next step from the super, like, deteriorated kind of thing. So this almost has that taken by surprise kind of feel to it, or it's been on my mind. I knew it was coming. Here it is, and fall apart at the seams. So I hope everyone is okay with this situation. I hope everyone's in the know, and if they're not, well, they're gonna know. Oh my goodness! But as of right now, it looks like yes, yeah, they'll be getting them in the mail. Bernadette, you lost your dad. Oh my goodness. I just lost my dad and my brother 2 weeks apart. Are they at peace? Of course they're at peace, Sweet Pea. Of course they're at peace. And I'm so sorry that you lost your dad and your brother. That has got to be the heaviest thing. Oh my goodness. I don't even feel the need to make sure, of course, they're at peace. Let's just see if anything shows up when I pull 6 cards for you regarding that. I hope you're taking care of yourself, because that's got to be a lot of pain, a lot of emotions, a lot that you're going through, stuff to unpack, stuff to literally unpack, things to go through. Anything she needs to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like one of the cards that showed up for you was the 3 of Swords. And I felt the need to remind you that, yes, your heart is broken and it's aching and it feels like it's bleeding out of every orifice at the moment. But to remember, and sometimes to remind yourself, if need be, that the way you're feeling right now is not how you're always going to feel forever. Like, I know they do the whole this too shall pass thing. And I get that bullshit ain't it's not for this moment. I get that. Just for yourself, for your own sanity, when you go through your ups and your downs with it, remembering that that moment is not going to be the feeling you're going to have for the rest of your life. Felt like a big thing. Another card that showed up for you was the Lover's card. I know that often this comes up as romantic, but in a family connotation, in a family aspect, that to me has the feel of they always have your back. They're always a part of your existence. They're always around for you. You just need to merely speak their name, and so shall they be, essentially. Someone's always around for you, always around with you. So don't worry about them being too far away. It's like they can't because they love you too much, essentially. I want to get that one last card out. Page of Wands. This tragedy has the ability to transform you in a way that will shed a different light on your life and your perspective moving forward. And so the reason I got super deliberate is there was a lot of L's, and I wanted to make sure all of those L's got out the way they needed to. I want to give you hugs, Bernadette, though. Losing 2 family members so close together, that's a lot to go through. 2020 has been hard for you, hun. My apologies, but I hope you are doing okay. And if you need anything, hun, let me know. Okay? Thank you, Sweet Pea. Sarah, what you got? I'm having an issue. I'm sorry. What are we doing? I've been dating a man for just over a month, and tonight he kind of went off on me. Ooh, don't make me get my boots on. Basically saying I'm disrespectful to Black people. Okay, I'm white. He's Black. I'm so upset because it's not the case at all. Should I be concerned about this outburst? Because I am. So, hun much, that's conversation time. I would love, if at all possible, when you have that I'm feeling defensive feels, to put those feelings and put it in the back seat for just a second and just listen to what he's saying to you. He cares enough to speak to you about a topic that's really sensitive and really combustive at the moment, but he was brave by having that conversation with you, by telling you how he feels about something that happened. It is okay if you do not necessarily agree at the second, but for the longevity of your relationship, your connection, and maybe like even just lessons and life perspective versus who you are versus how he is seeing you, give it a chance. Just look at it. No one says you have to adopt it all immediately. Got it. I know it's hard, but at least give it a chance. Give it a chance and listen to what he's saying to you. And maybe just ask a different way, ask another way, ask for more details, have him show you what he means. Because so often we don't get heard. We don't get heard, honey. So I love that you two had that conversation. And yes, it showed up something between the two of you. That's going to be a weak point for right now. But just listen. Just try to listen. Try to listen. Sweet pea. But thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Well, let's see. All right, Chloe. You lost your auntie. Oh, you all sweet souls. I've found it really hard as she was a young age. I've experienced bad anxiety. Could I have a little guidance, please? Okay, gotcha. You don't quite have much of a question in there, but let's just see what shows up, hon. Let's just see what shows up for you. And I'm sorry that you've lost someone else, someone so close to you. Let's see. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What does she need to know? Chloe. I want to ask you if you begin the process of like conversing with her, talking with her, maybe writing her letters to communicate with her, because I feel like the need for communication is there. The need to talk to her is there. So maybe having like when you're having those moments of anxiety to focus or channel that anxiety into like an angry rage letter to your auntie for passing, but also a loving, I miss you. When will I see you again? Kind of letter to your auntie as well, just to kind of give that some constructive process. Let's see what else shows up for her. I feel like that's really important. Like it's coming up repeatedly to talk to your aunt, talk to your aunt, talk to your aunt. Let's see what else shows up for us. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. What do I have? So the first set of cards I got for you, I have Justice along with the Knight of Pentacles, and then I have the World card. So that's a bit of, we have two major arcana with a slow ass minor arcana in the middle. So, gosh, I bet you with anything, the feeling that I'm getting is like you're having these life events, and then life has just kind of drawn to a halt with everything that has been going on. And so not only with that, with the 7 of Wands, there's been all this, yes, it's anxiety. Yes, it's other people's words. Yes, it's societal standards. Yes, it's things that are coming at you essentially. And it feels like you have this need to defend yourself, or you're feeling like you have this need to defend yourself. So the guidance that I'm feeling, the guidance that I'm remembering, one of which is talk to your aunt. Like, let's just, that one, yes, talk to the aunt. If you have to journal it, if you have to write it with a Sharpie, whatever you need to do. And then in the conversations with the aunt, look for those good times that you had with her, anything that made you smile about her or with her, or your time with her, like that feeling, that fostering of love and good feelings around her, or around her literally, can help you feel better. And then with the 4 of Swords, the advice with that one is just to give yourself time. You're not going to have this whole life thing perfected just yet. No one's asking you to, and I personally don't think you can. Not you, but people. We don't perfect life. It moves too much to do that. So giving yourself the time and the space to go through whatever it is that you're going through, honor that. Honor whatever it happens to be. Seek help when you need it. Seek assistance if you need something. Ask for grace when you need it, and such and so forth and so on. Just honor what you're feeling and what you're going through. Don't judge yourself too harshly on it, hun bunch, because you're going through what a lot of people, apparently, even in this little shindig right now, a lot of people are also going through. So you all that have recently lost somebody, please just reach out to each other and just kind of give a little hug, little community. I'm sorry for your loss, whatever you feel is necessary or appropriate, because I think we all kind of get abandoned sometimes when someone loses someone, especially if it's someone close. Like after a while, the friends go away. After a while, the family goes back to normal, except for you. Essentially. So, hun bunch, hugs. So much hugs for you, sweet pea. But thank you so much for your question.
It's from YouTube.
From YouTube. Hello. Yes, that's what we're doing now. We're incorporating YouTube into our sessions, into these weekly live sessions. So we'll also be able to find these real time on YouTube. Boom. Boom pow. And when we do 1080p, they'll be in the higher def on the YouTube side. So that'll be fun. So Maribel, will you find love soon? Soon. Let's confine that to a time and space, because often when we find love, when that question comes up, it's going to be a yes. If you are open to it, if that is something that you desire and you're not actively pushing it away as you're trying to say, where is love, where is love, where is love, then yeah, you'll find it. That's not a hardship. But let's see about when, yeah? So often we want sooner rather than later. So it's September now. How about before the end of the year? That's what, 3 months? 3 months? No, I'm bad on math. What is it now? September, October, November, December?
4 months-ish.
Huh?
4.
4 months. Okay. Don't judge my math. I did calculus. The basic algebra was iffy. Calculus, I'm good. All right, Maribel, will you find love before the end of the year? Before the end of the year. What do we need to know? Can you find love before the end of the year? Find love before the end of the year. Okay. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. So in the whole question in itself, let me show you the cards that I got. So first off, we're trying to start where we left off with the 5 of Swords. I also have the World card for you. Also, fun thing, I also have the 4 of Swords for you. So what this is leaning me into, hun, is that the desperation in itself of will I find love is also slowing you down. Because if you know anything about kind of like law of attraction is the term for it, but it's also just how energy works. The more that you focus on the absence of something, the more you experience the absence of something. So we got to shift that thought process. Instead of finding it, welcoming it, bringing it in, drawing it in, changing the language that you have with yourself so that you can pull it to you instead of persistently trying to seek it as though it's under the sofa, if that makes sense. The other card I have for you is the Tower card, along with the 8 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. My thought, hun, is that either you have gone through something that's kind of like, well, I say like paramount, messing up my words. You know, when you have a table and someone's angry and they flip the table and everything on that table kind of flies in the air. The Tower card for me is the stuff that's in the air. It's like who we thought we were has been deconstructed right now. Like I am not the same at that moment. They can be big events. They can be life events. They're big things that are going on essentially. So with the 8 of Pentacles, that's all about patience, hun bunch. So you wanted it yesterday, you wanted it weeks ago, you wanted it months ago. Gotcha, understood completely. You're sowing the seeds to have that happen. You've made the request, you've done the work, you're doing the work, and now we just got to give it some time to actually grow. Because like, have you ever planted something outside and then you stand over it looking, kind of just wanting it to go faster, wanting it to grow faster, but you can't make it grow faster? That's a similar kind of thing. Like you've already sown the seeds. Now you got to give it its time to grow. You got to allow it its divine sweet time. It will grow. It will grow. So with the Queen of Cups, though, there's lots of emotions that you're working through with working how to get this done. Be kind to yourself, sweet pea. Oh, there it is. About to say, where's the light? Where's the light? Queen of Cups is all in her emotions. It's not a bad thing. It's just an awareness. So just be kind to yourself. You'll get this done. You'll get this done. So within the 4 months, doesn't seem highly likely within the next 4 months. So just be kind to yourself as you're working through getting that done. Start making welcoming space to pull it in for you instead of trying to hunt it, if that makes sense. But yeah, thank you so much for your question. 4 minutes. So for the next 4 minutes, I always preface, I am going to do a quick tell you about me. Just quick. It's 4 minutes. Tell you how to get work done with me if you so choose. I have currently 4 processes that you can get work done with me if you'd like. One of which is pre-recorded personalized video readings, which are between 20 minutes to 40 minutes in length. They're deep, they're detailed, they're kind of like hopping into rabbit holes on your question and following it to where it may go. I love those for kind of getting underneath an issue, getting to the root of the problem, seeking out what is going on with your ego, what is going on with your subconscious. Is there any ancestral work we can pull in? There's so much to these pre-recorded readings. I love doing them. Oh my gosh, they're so much fun. In addition, I still do Zoom live readings. Now, those are face-to-face, one-on-one, personal between the two of us in either 30-minute or 60-minute increments. So those are easy to schedule directly through the website, and it just puts you in the calendar and you get the Zoom link notification immediately and it books it on my calendar. So it's super fast to get it scheduled. I'm also accepting, that A and the C going together is weird. I'm also accepting recurring appointments. So if you want to book maybe 2 over the next 3 months or so, if you want to book 4 sessions back to back, those are possibilities that you can set up directly within the website as well. 2 of the other ways that you can get work done is by chat. Facebook Messenger is another way that you can get some work done with me, same 30-minute or 60-minute increments. And that's really useful if you're a little bit camera shy. Some people they don't want to be in front of the Zoom lens, and I get you. I get it, honey. So we can do it by Facebook Messenger as well. And then the last method that I've been exploring removing, but I've actually had some use recently, is by email. So if you happen to be like a learner through reading, that is like your method of learning is through reading, then that is a wonderful way to get a tarot spread done, tarot reading done. I have 2 primary spreads that I use. One is a wisdom and guidance spread, and another one I've nicknamed Soul Food. So using one of those 2 for an emailed service gives you the direct answer that you're looking for, also gets under the nuts and bolts of it, kind of digs deep and gets underneath your situation so you can get the answers, get the ideas moving forward, advice moving forward, and maybe some additional questions to consider so that you're not just limited to just the read. Now you have some journal prompts to go dig into this a little bit deeper on your own. So I love to leave the session or leave the reading with the game plan on how you're going to be moving forward from just this moment. Because God forbid, I'm not going to have you come and see me and then leave empty-handed. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. But that is how you get work done with me. Also, something else that we're still doing is a mini just one question reading. Sometimes we just have one thing. We just want to check in on one little thing. So I have a super accessible $12 reading that we do as a just one question, kind of similarly to how we're doing here. It's also a 6-card reading. And what that is useful for is just like we mentioned, those just one question little things you want to take a look into, but also maybe you just want to try it out. Try me out. I get it. Sometimes you don't want to commit to something that's as big as a video or big as a session. You just want to get a little mini something so you can experience what it's like to speak to me directly or chat with me directly through email. Those are email-based readings. So when those come in, they are sent to my email box. I get the notification there, and I respond to them within 24 hours by email directly within its email. So you'll get a response like I'm your bestie, just doing the R and sending it back with your picture, your interpretation, and your read. But yeah, that is how you get in touch with me. But I hit my 4-minute mark perfectly. Oh my gosh, darlings, I'm getting good at this. Cancel. There we go. So we are going to hop right back into the 6-card readings. And I forgot to mention what we're going to be doing towards the end of this session. Before we wrap up, we're going to be choosing 3 people to get an animal ally reading done as well. And it's just going to be simple. It's going to be 3 people that Melissa will select, and it'll be a animal ally card. And so this often is useful in relation to maybe like energy for a set amount of time, maybe a little bit of wisdom that spirit wants you to know about. And just, I pulled the alligator for reasons I don't understand, but that's just a quick little image as to what the card very well may look like for you. So yeah, we'll be choosing those 3 at the end. So you totally have to hang out because you got to be here for that one. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and go back to shuffling. Ooh, will KSS this weekend? Are you hoping to get lip locked this weekend? Ooh, I think that's what it is. Sandrine. Girl. Will we? All right, let's do a yes or no for Miss Sandrine because we love her to bits and pieces. Will you two? Ooh, kissy face, kissy face. Big kiss, little kiss. I'm gonna, you have to forgive me. That is a Nacho Libre reference. If you've ever seen that, please tell me if you've seen Nacho Libre. Melissa loves it a little too much. I am adapting. But we totally do the random jokes in the house. Big kiss, little kiss. Big hug, little hug. Big kiss, little hug. Anywho, will you kiss this weekend? Will y'all two lock some lips this weekend together at the same time? Sometimes we have to be clear, because it'd be unfortunate if it was just on like your driver's side window as you're passing by. You know, you don't want to do that. Hey, it's happened. All right, there we go. Let's do a yes or no for you, sweet pea. 1, 2, 3. I'm excitement for you. So the first one, I'm gonna make you sweat for a second. Ooh, 9 of Wands, Sandrine, you know what that means. I also have the 9 of Cups, so I'm kind of excited and super like thrilled for you there. The last card is the 2 of Swords. So as a yes or no question, I'm gonna say it looks like you're open to it, hun bunch. So long as you're still open to it, no one breast stinks. I'm just saying, yeah, with that 9 of Cups, that's a wish fulfilled. So if that's what you're aiming for, hun, looks like you gotcha. I think you do. Shonda, I don't know why I just inhaled so deeply. That was kind of awesome. Maybe Shonda does that to me, just makes me inhale. There we go. Drama for us. Is it a good time to invest more money in your side business? All right, let's see. Is it a good time to invest more money in your side business? Let's see. Hun, the first thing that I'm feeling is it's never a bad idea to invest in your business. However, I feel like the manner in which you invest is going to be important. So I want to see if we can see what's up with that. What's up with that? What do I need to know about how? You don't want to just throw money blindly at it. Like, what is it that you're... Anyway, I'm going to let the cards tell me, darling. I'm going to let the cards tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of want to have a conversation about it. So I'm thinking about your sales. So not just because, you know, when you have money, you can invest it in inventory, you can invest it in materials, you can invest it in all these different locations, areas, excuse me. But for me, my literal thing I'm feeling is in relation to your sales or how you're marketing it. Maybe you're advertising for it. So you have to forgive me, hun. I remember that you were doing, look at your little keychain that you made me. You were doing these, it goes to my treehouse. You were doing these little resin pieces that, forgive me, I don't remember their overall function, but I remember us talking about it. Have we invested money or a significant chunk into the presentation and advertising of those items so that they can sell? Not just like throw a few dollars into Facebook ads and hope for the best. Don't just boost a post, but like curating something a little bit more, like polishing it up a little bit more is my thought. So the cards that I have, and that's why I went down this road, I have the Moon card along with the 4 of Cups, but I also had the 5 of Pentacles. It showed up reversed, but I'm going to flip it over. And so it's kind of like that's why I'm looking into your sales. The other card I have for you is the 3 of Pentacles, along with the Ace of Swords, and then that Queen of Wands. So for me, there's something needs to happen within your work to kind of vibrant up those sales is where I'm leaning in. So I would totally love to know what I mean, we can always chat about it. You know how to get in touch with me about how to like boost your sales, what you can do about your sales, how are your sales going, where are they normally located, figuring that out. But I feel like in your sales, specifically, side business, yes. Thank you so much for your question, Sonda.
Sandrine wanted to say this real quick.
Ooh, Sandrine, funny. I did the same question last week after and pulled the 9 of Cups too. Sweet. Well, wow. I can speak words. So the 9 of Cups are following you, honey, which is what I meant to say before it just steamrolled out of my face. So yeah, that is epic. That is awesome. Yeah, go with that, hun. Go with that. So Kiana, you looked at a condo in Great Area, paid the application fee. Will you get it? Let's do a yes or no for you as well. Let's see what shows up for us, hun bunch. I love that Rose came back and told me that a question that she had about getting a car showed up for her within the timeline that we had talked about. So I was super proud and like excited for her. And if she is still here, I still want a picture of that car when she gets it. I think she said it was going to be on the 9th, so I'm totally going to have to bug her. Be like, excuse me, I want that picture. All right, will you get the condo that you just applied for? Will you get the condo? Will Kiana get the condo that she just applied for? Let's see. Yes or no? Okay. Will Kiana get the condo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hun bunch. I'm excited for this because the first card I have is the 4 of Cups, but I also have the 4 of Wands. The last card I have is the 3 of Cups, all of which are upright cards. So for me, this looks like a pretty good likely chance that you're going to get this condo. Of course, I'm of the opinion, like when it comes to the legal stuff, it don't happen until you've signed dotted lines and stuff. So I think you very well may. Let's wait to get too excited. Don't pop the champagne cork or do the celebratory thing that's happening in this one until you've signed whatever documents that says you actually get it, keys in hand, you're walking in kind of thing. The other cards I have is the 5 of Cups. I do have the 9, what is this, the 10 of Cups in addition to the Wheel of Fortune. So this to me feels like about moving. Like there's an element of this move that's going to be a little bit meh. So I don't know what is happening in that regard. I don't know if maybe I don't know, it felt like a tire, like something needed to be replaced. A tire went flat, something asinine that takes a second to replace. You really can't handle it, but you get to handle it and you'll be just fine, essentially. But overall, yes, you're moving. And this is the moving card. So in all of the tarot readings I do, when the Wheel of Fortune shows up in relation to moves, you're moving. You're moving, hun bunch.
And it's your birthday.
And it's your birthday. I would sing happy birthday, but you don't want that. You don't want that kind of, because I go obnoxious. Like I find YouTube videos to support. I am bad. But Kiana, happy birthday. Everyone who's here, please wish Kiana a happy birthday for me. Like if there's like a birthday emoji, I want to see it. Like I want to see those. So Natasha, hello. Please, is there any reconciliation with my boyfriend? Actually, you are not taking we are not talking for 2 weeks. If yes, then when? All right. So let's do the yes or no portion. The when aspect is lengthier, and I'm going to reserve that for another time. But let's just do the will you be reconciling? Let's give it before the end of the year. Before the end of the year. Will you two be reconciling? Let's see if it's like getting back together specifically, because I know you can reconcile and not get back together in a relationship, which is kind of annoying. But let's just see if you two will get back together before the end of the year. Oops. Cards are filing out already. Will Natasha and your person get together before the end of the year? Get back together before the end of the year. Let's see what shows up, hon. 1, 2, 3. All right, hun bunch. Couple things. All right. So I feel like your patience with this is going to be real key, okay? I don't want you to force the issue. It seems like, it feels like, it looks like y'all are going to be okay. So I do start off with the Hermit card upright. I also have the 2 of Pentacles also upright. I end up on the Queen of Wands upright. So as of right now, it looks like a pretty good likely that you two very well may. However, with that Hermit card, there's still some lessons that you need to learn about being on your own first, because whatever it is that broke y'all up to begin with, that is still there. So once you've spent some time, once you've invigorated who you are and became and remembered your whole beingness, that you are a whole being on your own without this person, then you're increasing the likelihood that you two will get back together, that it will stay together, and that you'll be able to move forward from there. Because the shadow card on the set is the 10 of Swords reversed, but it's backed up by the the Lover's card. So it's like, hun, right now it looks like y'all two are going to get back together. Don't ruin it. Okay. So take your time with it. Get clear with who and what you are. Make sure you come back to this table as a whole complete person instead of fragments of yourself from when y'all broke up. Make sense? And if it doesn't, I'll totally elaborate. I have no problems talking about that one. But thank you so much for your question, sweetie. All right, Natasha, I'm quitting, or not Natasha, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I don't know who Natasha was. If there's a Natasha in here, my bad, okay? Hey, Karen, I'm quitting my job. Who did I call Natasha?
Maybe there's a Natasha around.
There's a Natasha hanging out. If y'all have a Natasha, let me know. Karen. Karen, you're quitting your job this week due to having a baby in a couple weeks. Oh my gosh. Do you see my finances being okay? Let's see what shows up. Will your finances be okay? I love that you're having babies. Will your finances be okay? Okay, let's do more instead of just yes, it'll be okay, no, it won't be okay kind of things. That's all relative, and it's relative to kind of like my point of view of okay. So let's look at it from like, is there anything you need to know about this? Because I want to make sure that if you have any opportunity to kind of support yourself, that gets done, or if not, then you rest assured. So let's see what shows up. Cards are going everywhere. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So the first thing that I'm feeling before I even finish pulling the other cards is that I feel like you need a few more hands on deck. And by hands on deck, I just mean like support from other people. So support from your partner, if you have the partner hanging around, the support from family, who's going to help with just who's the person that you're going to be able to call after you've had the baby and it's crying and you can't get it to hush. Like having all the support in place ahead of time feels like a really good way to kind of help you feel at ease, not just about the financial end of this, but for the other unknowns that are going to show up for you. So let's see what hangs out. The other cards, so let me show you everything. So I started off with the queen with the Ace of Pentacles, and then the King of Cups, along with the 9 of Cups. So overall, hun, I feel like your finances are going to be just fine, but I feel like there's still the need for support to feel stable, because it's not just about your finances. There's some other elements too that need some stability and some support. The other cards I have is 3 of Wands. I also have the Hangman and then the Queen of Cups. The feeling I'm getting, hun, is you're going to try to control so much. The closer you can get to just allowing this child and this experience to be what it is, instead of controlling what you think it's going to be, the closer to some sort of sanity you'll be able to maintain. So I have the 3 of Wands. So to me, that's you and your new adventure and you kind of surveying the land and figuring it all out. That Hangman, girl, you're going to figure out them ways you're going to have to let go. You will, I promise you. But that Queen of Cups to me is that like super nurturing, emotional, overwhelming, wonderful feelings, and also overwhelming, sometimes nervous feelings that you're going to have during this time as well. I think you got this, hon. Like the way the situation looks, I feel like you're going to be fine. I think the situation's going to be fine. You're going to be a new mama. Aw, I want to give you hugs and love. But that's so cool. But yeah, you're going to be fine, sweetie. I'm not worried about you at all. All right, Alicia. Question is my divorce. Ooh, darling. I'm open to anything you have to share because you said just, sorry. As you just said about death, too much, honor feelings, seek assistance. Anything overall or specific would help because I'm lost, like the Tower card that you just pulled. Mm-hmm. So for one, I love that you found meaning in a reading that didn't even apply to you. That's why I love it when we all share, because it's like these messages can resonate in other ways. You never know what's going to ring true for someone else that doesn't even apply. And I just love that you found value in that. I love that you found value in that. So yeah, let's just see what shows up. What do you need to know about the situation? What do you need? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? When you're feeling lost like that, you're just kind of looking for that North Star. Like, what can I see in all this chaos that helps me gain? There we go. Gain my footing. Gain your footing. Because yeah, divorce is a loss, essentially. It's a loss of all those daydreams that you had, all those plans that you were working on. Hell, sometimes it's physical loss of things. What else do you need to know? So I often feel like the whole stages of grief like apply to that too. At least in my experience. Not that I've been divorced. I am fortunate in that way. Oops. First card shows up. It just flies out of the hands. What else do we need to know, hon? 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like you need hugs. Like I feel like there's a need to find a way to remember that not everybody or every person that you might be interested in has the potential to re-hurt you, if that makes sense. So it's like, something to re-remind you that people are okay. They're not as bastardy as they're being at the moment. Not all of them anyway. So a couple of cards that I got, hun. what are we at? I got the 5 of Swords along with the 6 of Wands. I do have the 2 of Swords. Last card is the 7, or last few cards is the 7 of Cups along with the 7 of Swords. And then we end on the Queen of Pentacles. So, hun, the feeling that I'm getting just still comes back to your whatever you need to feel safe and steady. And often, like, not even thinking about months down the road, but just thinking about, like, tomorrow. Like, let's just worry about tomorrow. Can you worry about tomorrow? If even tomorrow was too much, just worry about maybe this evening. Like, and even if that's too hard, sometimes you can break it down to hour by hour. I've heard people do it like, all right, I got this 10 minutes. I can manage this 10 minutes, and then refigure out your situation in another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes, especially if your head is spinning and you don't know where the ground literally is. So the other cards that I have for you. So we have Swords, Wands, Swords. I feel like you can't make heads or tails of this thing. It's like right when you feel like you've gotten, like, I understand what's going on, I know how this is going to progress, then there's a curveball that shows up, and then it gets you between a rock and a hard place. But the cool thing is, though, is that even with those rocks and hard places, you still have options and you still have choices. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I know it's your divorce, it's your situation, but there's still it feels like there's the need to kind of hide and hoard aspects of either yourself or maybe even like your finances or your property or stuff that you're trying to run away with so that no one yanks it from you. You will figure it out. I don't know how you're going to figure it out just as of yet, but you will figure out a way to re-cement your sense of stability. So with the Queen of Pentacles, that is the mother hen, that is the Taurus energy, that is a solid, steady, the mountain, the rock, the one that cannot be moved. You will refine your way to be steady. I don't know when, but that is something that is possible and available to you. And maybe even just using that as your North Star for right now is just looking for steady, looking for stable, looking for grounded, keeping your feet on the ground. And then just taking care of yourself as you're going through all of this and tending to those emotions, because Lord knows they're going to be all over the place. Because one of the other cards I had for you was the 5 of Wands. So I know they're all over the place. But I give you hugs, Alicia. I know you'll be fine. I know you'll be fine. So we're going flash, y'all. I'm not meaning boobies. I mean one card. So what we are doing to wrap up the situation before we hop into those allied questions, we are going to be shuffling all of the cards. We're going to have you throw in your questions into the comments right now. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be selecting one question, and I'm going to be pulling one card to answer that question. That question, I'm going to try to get directly to the point. I'm going to do it quick. I'm going to do it fast so that we can pull in as many people towards the end of the session as possible. So Melissa's going to be working on that end. I'm going to be shuffling my cards, and whenever you're ready, she will pull for me. Yay! And if you're wondering who I'm talking to, I just realized I didn't tell you who that was. That is my wife, my partner in crime. I'm a terrible wife. My bad. I'm getting really loud for no reason.
Mostly the moderator.
But yeah, you're mostly the moderator. She is fabulous at this job. It wouldn't be possible without you, sweet pea. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, the welcome. No. Thank you. All right, let's stop being so foolish. Hey, Suze, my question is the job that I have now, which is a butcher, is it still the path for me, or should I be doing something else? Let's see what shows up for you, hun. Butcher. You and I would get along well. I'm such a carnivore. I'm such a carnivore. Oh my goodness, my wife hates, well, I don't think she hates it. I just think she wishes it would go away slowly. Like I wish that side of you would just dislocate. Right? All right. What do we need to know about this? Let's do one card. What do you need to know? There we go. What is this one? Hey. Tower. All right, hon. So, hun, if you're the feeling that I'm getting is that you're restless. So it's not even so much being a butcher is a detrimental. Maybe you like the work. You don't necessarily like where you're doing the work at. This to me feels situational. So it's like, what can you do to change your situation up? Is there any other locations that you could do this kind of work at a different space? Is there another aspect of the work that you can take on? What can you do to make this a little bit more interesting for yourself instead of so restless, so that you don't accidentally do something like light your job on fire? Because what is it you used to tell me? People tend to fire themselves. So Yeah, so instead of doing that, instead of accidentally having that kind of upheaval, what can you do to kind of reinvigorate your love of the work that you're doing? If you like the work, if you like butchering, like you like that job, but you don't necessarily like where you're doing it, if that makes sense. So yeah, thank you. I was like, I thought I had something else to say and I didn't. I'll just leave you hanging. It's fine. Teresa, will me and my baby daddy ever be able to co-parent for the sake of my twins? There you go. Let's see. Will you two ever get this right? Will you two be able to co-parent? All right, shuffle in. Will you two be able to co-parent? What's this one? 7 of Cups. Okay, so my thought is, to answer the question directly, will you two ever be able to co-parent? Eventually, right? Right now, there's too many distracting things keeping the attention from being focused on the kids. So it's going to take a little bit of maturity. It's going to take some time before the two of you will be able to figure out how to do this together and not rip each other's hair out. So I think you will. Just at the second, y'all are distracted. That's all it is. Just distracted. But thank you so much for your question, Teresa. I appreciate you, darling. Sky. Ooh, will things work out for me and the Sag guy on love? Ooh, thank you. No. Thank you. Will things work out? Will things work out to the way that you intend? Let's see. What is this one? Ooh, the World. So to me, this has this situation or the feeling of like it'll work out, but differently than you had expected. So if you have the whole story in your mind about what working out looks like, I think it's going to surprise you. The World card has this feeling of when you've gone out into the world and you've come back changed. So the thing is like, it's going to come back, but change. So it's going to be different. So very well may work out just differently than what you had scripted in your mind about it. But yeah, I can don't see why not. All right, so we're still pulling one card. So that means throw in your questions, either just one card flash readings. And after we get done with this session, we're still going to be doing the 3 people for the ally cards. So I'm really excited about that. All right. Why did the universe bring back my longtime ex into my life? Is it best to give it another chance? Ooh, the why. Why did this happen? Let's see if we can get that out of one card, because that's kind of a lot to put on one, but let's just see. Let's just see and try. Why? It felt really like silly to say it. When I said why to myself, I heard because you're open to it. What's this card? 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. I'm hearing it again, that you're open to it. So is it best to give it another chance? So when it comes to, okay, so cups for me are about emotions. That's just like the long and short of it. Now, is it best to give it another chance? That's going to be a subject for your own personal interpretation. And I would treat it like a new relationship. Like, yes, you have all this information. You have all that knowledge about who and what they are. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Allow them to have the opportunity to shift. Allow them to present themselves in a different way for you. At least give it the opportunity. Don't just judge them flat out yet. Not yet. So give it a second. Give it a second. And then you'll know what to do. You'll know what to do, essentially. But yeah, thank you for that question. How is homeschooling going to go this year with your second grader? I have a high schooler, man. And I get it. How's homeschooling going to go this year with your second grader? Oh, I missed second grade. That was a good year. How's it going to go for her? You good?
Sorry.
My wife apparently in the chair having a fight. Who won, babe? Who won?
The chair, maybe.
Oh, the chair won. Sad face. How's it going to go with the second grader? Oh, dear. Okay, so I say, oh, dear, because when it comes to being a parent, I understand. And it comes to this card, I also understand. Oh, honey, you're going to need you some patience, right? So the the 7 of Pentacles is all about patience, is all about allowing the seeds that you've planted to grow, allowing it to be as it is instead of how you necessarily want it to be. You will figure out how to make this work. Y'all two will make this happen. You will not kill your daughter. I promise that. Daughter? I don't know. I assumed female. My apologies. You will not kill your child as much as you think you will, and you probably will be drinking a little bit to cope. You'll be just fine. Your family will not explode. It will progress. It may not always be smooth, y'all will progress. So no worries, my dear. But thank you so much for that question. Allie, does Cole see a future with me, or will he be stuck? Or will we be stuck in the talking stage? You and Cole. I'm telling you, you need to send him one of them pictures. I want to see in these comments one of these days a confirmation that you sent that picture that I was talking about. Anyway, let's take a quick peek. Does Cole see a future with you? One card. Thank you, babe. Oops. So the card that popped out of the deck was the Nine of Cups. That's often a wish fulfilled card. So, what the hell? Because I know he's been stalling on you. See, I want more cards. And Melissa said, no, I can't do more cards. So does he see a future with you? Yes. Now, is that future the same future that you have in mind? That's a really, really good question. And that's a question I would love the answer to. So like, hun, those are kind of one of those moments where I'd love to dig into it deeper so I can understand it a little bit more. I know this is also a topic that you've been requesting questions on pretty frequently. So it's like, let's answer like the deeper ends of it. Are you trying to get with this person? What's the likelihood that you will? What do you need to know about it moving forward? What can you do to enhance it? Also, what can you do so you don't lose yourself in trying to do that? So there's lots of questions in there that can be worked on so that you have a better experience while you're trying to figure this out instead of being instead of accidentally gnawing on your own toes. So let's not gnaw on your toes, darling. Let's not do that. All right, Stephanie, is Matt talking to me because he's interested in me romantically or because he just wants to be friends? Ooh, that's a good question. Stephanie, you're a YouTube sweet pea? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us, darling. All right. Is Matt talking to you because he likes it or he just likes it? Like likes it, or likes it? Let's just see which one shows up. I think you need to ask him. Like, I legit feel like having the, what's your intentions here, sir? Kind of, well, not so dramatically, but like, yo, what's up? Like, what is this? Would be really, really useful. King of Cups. So King of Cups to me is about emotions with the Cups card. The King is the mastery of that. So I'm aiming for possibly a little bit more romantically, at least as of right now. So yeah, maybe take some initiative to throw it out there, to kind of open yourself up, be the vulnerable one for a quick second, and not do the whole desperate girlfriend thing, but more of the whole like, let's be clear and put our cards on the table. What is it that you want? Question. Hard stop. There you go. All right, my dear. What will become of my marriage in the next 2, 4, 6 months? Well, I can probably give you the overall energy of that timeline, but nothing too specific off of one card. So let's just see what shows up. What will become of your marriage in the next 2, 4, 6 months? One card. What do we need to know? What? I see work. Give me a second. All right, so the card that flew out was the Three of Pentacles. So what's going, see, that's when we have more questions. So effort, work, projects, it very well could be mutual projects, but this seems like actually putting effort back into the marriage itself. So I'm wondering what's going on there for you, hun. But work. Nothing bad, but work. Ooh, was that our cat? Oh, that was just sounded like somebody squished a toy doll or something. I was wondering what these noises are. All right, my question, will I be buying a house here in Washington or another state? And when? I'm super awesome. Thank you. Okay, so that question is a little bit more detailed than what I can get out of one card. So kind of in that scenario, I would definitely suggest that we dig in and do something a little bit more elaborate for you, maybe book a session or have a just one question reading to see what's going on there. The when, again, that's another session. But I do want to pull something for you. So let's see if it will be, will you be buying a house here in Washington? Let's just aim for that. Okay. Will you be buying a house in Washington? That I may be able to get a yes or no out of one card. Will you be buying a house in Washington? Okay. You be buying a house in Washington. What is this card? Ooh. King. King of Pentacles, and it showed up reversed for us. So King of Pentacles. Okay, so this has a feel to it. So it's not literally Washington or other state. What this feels like is whatever location feels most steady, most stable, that you already have the most roots in. That to me feels like the location where you'll be buying a house. So whatever it is where you already feel connected, wherever it is that you're probably living now, that feels to me like where you'll be putting down your literal roots and then having the what is this? The fruits of your work, of your labor, of your efforts. So yeah. Wherever that is for you, that's where it'll end up being. Now, when? Whole other session. Whole other session. Will I get a new job soon? Let's see if we'll do that soon. I always love to quantify soon. So let's say a new job this month, because I know it's like when you're aiming for sooner rather than later. Will you get a new job this month? Sarita, will you get a new job this month? Hey, cat. Will you get a new job this month? All right, pull a card. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. What is this one? Devil card, huh? Will you get a new job this month? This month almost doesn't seem like a high winner, and it's not because of the devil card, but it's more of what this one represents. So for me, this card has the feeling of connections and attachments that sometimes manipulate you. So my thought was like, are you on unemployment right now? It felt like more of that instead of like liberation or feeling new energy, new vibrancy from having a new job. So for me, it feels like at least within the next month, you're still kind of doing things, kind of being puppeted as you are instead of changing into something else. So it doesn't seem like within the next month at least. But yeah, we should totally do more. Do more. All right, Sleepy. Michelle, I've been dealing with a relapse of depression. I'm sorry to hear that. And anxiety, and started a new relationship that went way too fast. And we are engaged, but I don't know how I feel or how it'll work out or if it will. Well, okay. So yeah, there's not a question in that per se. Well, let's see what needs to be known about that situation. First of all, if you feel like you've moved too fast and you're engaged, you can stay engaged for a real long time. Like that may just need to be something that is said out loud, because if you're already planning a wedding, like you may just have to put like a kibosh and just like, all right, we need at least a 2-year engagement, or at least a 3, whatever you feel is appropriate for your connection. Because, you know, if y'all are quote unquote meant to be together, 2 years or 4 years, it's not going to matter. Y'all got, 20 years ahead of you, 50 years ahead of you. But I don't know how I feel or how it will work out, if it will. Let's just see what shows up. What does she need to know? 3 of Swords, Hun Bunch. So I feel like this is more in relation to you, though, than your connection, than your relationship. I feel like it's really important right now for you to get a real good handle on your anxiety and the depression. Because if you're lost on that front, your relationship will deteriorate. That's just going to be a natural cause and effect that's going to end up happening for you. He very well may put in the good fight and hang in there for as long as humanly possible, but your relationship can be so much more enjoyable, so much more enriched if you are in a good space. So I would attack mutually, both of y'all, the depression, the anxiety, the issues that you're having there, getting that resolved if at all possible, getting the support needed to take care of those issues as they show up for you, then focusing on getting married. Does that make sense? I hope that does. And I hope that helps. I hope that helps. But thank you so much for your question, Sweet Pea. Yay! Ah, animal allies. Okay. So let me tell you what this is briefly. This is a series of, I think they're 50 cards, 50 animal oracle cards, and each card has a hand-sketched image of a particular animal on it, and they'll all be upright eventually. And the game plan is to leave you all with a person and whatever spirit has to say based on the card that is drawn for you. So Melissa is going to be selecting 3 different people. We're going to start off with the first one. She's going to pull that person and show it up on the screen for me. If you would like to have a card pulled. I just want a heart emoji from you. Like, throw in a heart emoji into the comments, and that'll let me know, one, who's here, and then two, that you are open to have a card pulled for you just for this evening. Just for this evening. So while y'all are throwing in your emojis, I'm going to sort my life for just a second, and then in a moment, Melissa is going to be pulling person number 1. And I love the hummingbird card in here, babe. Like, that one is all for you. So I'm just gonna, one of these days we're gonna pull it out and just like plaster it on the wall or something just for you. See, there we go. See, we are all about animal allies in this house. We're all about like spirit animals, animal energy, animal medicine. And yeah, it's like one of those personal little topics it just means so much when they show up. So, sunshine. Sunshine from YouTube. 1, I love that you're here. Thank you for the 3 hearts. I think I got my life sorted, so I'm going to shuffle and pull a card and see what its message is from you. I am reading this message, okay? So this is the sheet. They're in alphabetical order, so it'll be easy to find, but this is the sheet. I'll be reading the sheet off. So let me shuffle. What does Sunshine, what's the question? Let's see. What does Sunshine need right now? What does she need to know right now? Sunshine. There we go. What does Sunshine need to know right now? What does Sunshine need to know? All right. There it is. Right there. Right off top. Oh, apparently not off top. What is... I'm going to get it. We got a rabbit for you, hun. Aww. Rabbits mean a lot to me personally. So, but this is for you. This is your rabbit. So what does rabbit mean? Rabbit means obviously fertility and caution, planning. Always on guard and quick to hop away. Rabbit's cautionary nature is an important form of protection, but remember, focusing on what you fear often ends up attracting it to you, the opposite of what you want. Rabbit's lessons is to move with caution, but not to dwell on and worry about the things you fear. Fear will multiply, just like rabbits. As long as you continue to run from it, focusing on the good will make your life more fertile with joy. Ta-da! Thank you, Sunshine. You got the rabbit, hun bunch. There you go. Screenshot. Poof. There you go. All right. Melissa's going to be pulling a 3rd person. Susan! Oh, second. This is Thank you, Susan, for hanging out for the entire duration. Give me hugs and love. Anywho, what does Susan need to know? What does Susan need to know? I'm not going to lie. This is a little awkward, hun. This is why she's doing it. She's like, you need to deal with all these. I'm like, I know. Okay. What does Susan need to know? Here we go. Right here. What is this one? Armadillo. How ironic being that we're from the South. Like, hell yeah. Okay. So armadillo. Let me pull it back up. Dun, da, da, da. Armadillo. So this one is about protection and boundaries, choosing who and what get to be part of your life. Everything unwanted bounces or slides right off. Define your own space. It's time to question what is actually yours and what belongs to others. Let your own desires and beliefs guide the drawing of new boundaries. But don't forget about your soft, kind underbelly. Don't close your shell. Vulnerability is good when experienced with sensitivity and self-love. Susan! Thank you, darling. That was the armadillo for you. Yay! Okay, sorry. Just had to, experience all that. And Melissa's pulling the last one for us this evening. She's sifting. Sifting around for the heart emojis. Lisa! Okay. Thank you, hun, for hanging in there. Y'all hung out the entire duration. Y'all get props and love. All right, let's see. What's yours? Ooh, an ant. I'm intrigued with this creature right now. So what is this one for you? This one's patience and community. Oh, asking for help, planning, strategy, building your dreams little by little, and persistence. You can do and carry more than you might believe. There is no need to rush. Work for the good of everything, and everything will work out for the good of you. Be a good citizen because you are supported. Oh, Lisa, I'm proud and impressed. That's the ant for you, hun.
Ask them what they think.
What do you think of that? Like, tell me briefly before we wrap up entirely, what was your thoughts of me including animal oracles in the evening? Because I kind of like it. I might continue to do that for us. But yeah, totally let me know. These comments, even if the live is not on, I still get to see them. I'll still review them over the next couple days. So thank you so much, you all, for y'all who came to hang out with me, who got some reads, who didn't get some reads. Please come back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. We're here basically so long as life and time allow is what we're going to be doing. So if you'd like to schedule something one-on-one directly with me, please feel free to click any one of the links in the post itself or in the comments, because I know Melissa's been dropping bombs left and right into the comments of how to get in touch with me. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. The last thing I have to say is just please remember to wear your faces, wear your masks, whatever you need to do to put it over your mouth and your nose, because mouth and nose, okay? Mouth and nose. Share this love with someone. Would you tag a friend, share it with a group that you feel like could get something out of it, especially if you heard a message in here that might be useful for someone else, okay? You all take care. It's September 2nd, and I read from you from 8 to 9:15. I did overtime. Y'all take care. Mwah.